It's just about to begin, but you're going through this journey with me, Victor Muyakane, Linda Alela, of course, and the great Catherine Simaloy on sign language. And with that out of the way, shall we begin?
Right. Some human rights groups are once again demanding fresh investigations into the deaths of protesters who were killed by Kenyan security forces during the 2024 anti-finance bill demonstrations, known as Occupy Parliament, of course, held last June. And according to news reports by Amnesty International, at least 65 young people were killed, 89 others were forcibly disappeared, and thousands more were arrested during the wave of the anti-government protests.
Samira Mohammed starts our bulletin with this story.
They've reached Blood Parliament, a BBC documentary that has sparked emotions in the country.
Public state the actions that they are taking with regards to the findings of Blood Parliament, the BBC documentary that identifies 2 state security officers suspected to have killed Erickson Mutisia, David Shege, and Eric Shieni.
Rights group Amnesty International has now called on the Kenya Defence Forces to submit a report to Parliament detailing their deployment, engagement protocols and overall action during the 2024 protest dubbed Occupy Parliament, further urging the National Police Service and the Kenya Defence Forces to take public action and address findings from the documentary that identified 3 state security officers suspected of killing protesters.
We also call on the Kenya Defence Forces to submit a comprehensive report to Parliament. This report has to detail the deployment, the engagement protocols, and overall interventions that were taken during the 2024 protests.
According to a report released by the pressure group, at least 65 youths were killed, 89 forcefully disappeared, and thousands arrested during the 2024 anti-government protests.
Updated figures indicate that at least 65 individuals, Kenyan citizens, were killed, 89 persons were forcibly disappeared, and thousands were arbitrarily arrested.
The documentary appears to have stirred strong emotions, not just among ordinary Kenyans, but also some members of parliament who have criticized the British Broadcasting Corporation, accusing it of intentionally portraying Kenya in a negative light. They further condemned the BBC for allegedly ignoring atrocities in other parts of the world, including the Gaza.
These people, I don't know what their intention is. Their intention could be fuel more harm and whatever. I don't know what their intention is. But from the young people that have spoken, it has actually created more anger. We are taking them back to the path that they would rather not walk again.
The BBC is funded by taxpayers' money in Britain, meaning that BBC is funded to push the foreign agenda of the British people internationally, Mr.
This, as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has directed the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to launch fresh investigations into the extrajudicial killings highlighted in the BBC documentary. However, IPOA owner statements on Monday night say they have investigated 22 cases out of the 60 reported. Meanwhile, the United Nations Human Rights Council is expected to examine Kenya's human rights records for the 4th time early next month. Samira Mohammed for TV 47, Nairobi.